Everyone knows the 5 stars that were released at the beginning of the game are absolute garbage, right? Diluc is bad. Mona's actually pretty good. Kaching is bad. Chi-Chi is bad. Jean is fine, in my opinion. But, you know, compared to other 5 stars, like, yes, Mona buffs, but she doesn't buff as much as, say, Kazuha, who buffs so much more. It's ridiculous. He's the best character in the game. And the DPSs are even more sad. The power creep really shows in the DPSs, right? Off-field and on-field, doesn't matter. Diluc probably does a third of the damage that Yoimiya does, and probably like a 10th of the damage that my Hu Tao does. I mean, she is C6, but at C0, his auto attacks, even with the pyro infusion and everything, would do maybe half of what Hu Tao's would, just because she's so much better. But that's obvious. What I wanted to see was the underrated 4 stars from the beginning of the game versus the 5 stars. What I'm gonna look at is Diluc versus Xiangling, a free 4-star. I do have her at C6, which I can't change, and I do have a 5-star weapon on her, which I am going to change to make it fair, however fair he needs it to be. I'll just put the deathmatch on her so it doesn't screw up my crit ratio. Diluc is using this. That's why his crit isn't as good. It's still fine. She only has like 20 more crit damage than him, and pretty similar crit rate, 3% difference. It's not that crazy. You know, the energy recharge, Xiangling has more because her ult costs a lot more. So yeah, I'll test like raw damage, and then when they're buffed. All right, I'll just do this to break the shield. Unbuffed damage, 1970 non-crit, 5,000, 7,000. Okay, I screwed it up. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna try to get his ult back. Don't kill me. Oh, well, it's all right. That's kind of its job. There may have been characters that have been underrated since the beginning of my game, but my skill will never be underrated. It's just not that great to begin with. His E does not generate a lot of particles. You kind of need a full team for him. Okay. Still non-crit, but similar numbers, pretty similar, right? Ult did not crit for whatever reason. You know, it's pretty standard stuff. I would keep track of the numbers and everything, but I don't think I'm going to need to, because my Guoba on Xiangling, I am pretty confident will hit some pretty similar numbers to Diluc's auto attack, and then her ult is going to just not even be comparable. Her Guoba crits for who knows, but her ult, standing here. Look. She's attacking faster than Diluc, and she's doing more damage, and her Guoba does more damage. Okay? She is simply better. Now let's go back to Diluc for a second. Bah! 8,000 from that. No crit again, but you see his auto attacks? They're not going as fast. They really aren't. Let's try them with a full buff team. We'll do Diluc first, and we'll literally run the full buff team, okay? My Diluc is as buffed as he can get, and for that reason, we need a different test dummy because that thing will die way too fast. So let's use my favorite test dummy, the perpetual mechanical thing. Really, all I need to do here is pop all of the ults, Kazuha's E, and then I'll be good. Let's do this. Probably should have done Bennett's ult last. It's fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. 63k, just with Bennett's ult. Alright, about 10k per hit. Vaporizes, I don't know how hard those are hitting. Probably not as hard. I accidentally absorbed water. That's fine. I mean, you can just see the blatant power creep here with Yelan. Just those 2 hits there. Anyways, that's Diluc. And you saw the numbers, but I fear that Xiangling might just do a little bit more in general, and also considering she doesn't have to be on the field. So keeping that in mind, to make it as fair as possible, I will be using other characters off the field. I will be auto-attacking with Yelan. I'll be using my E with her, with Kazuha, stuff like that. Alright, so here we go. We'll do this. We'll do this. We'll try to get my ult up. Can I have it? Nope, guess not. There's Xiangling's thing. Already 19k right there. And that's going to be pretty consistent, I fear. I mean, you can see the thing has already gotten pretty low. and she allows for vaporize. She does consistent pyro application. Yelan's swords, or whatever they are, can vaporize. She's so much better. So my question is, why did they overlook this? The devs had Xiangling and Diluc in the game for a while, knowing that they were the first characters. They had them for probably CBT and everything like that. So why in the world did they make her better than him? You look at her scaling. Her Pyronado hits all of these multipliers, 130 plus 158 plus 197. Let's see, what's that? Approximately 300, 400% scaling? Let's say 400%, okay? And you look at Diluc over here, 286. Now it would go up to 306. Okay, so it would go up quite a bit if I leveled it up. So it might be somewhat equivalent, but still, just these, not even the spinning thing, okay? Not even the spinning tornado. Just the 3 hits at the beginning of her ult do more than the beginning of Diluc's ult. Yes, Diluc's pyro infusion and 20% pyro damage bonus, he gets that, but she gets a 10% attack increase, and the 202% every single time this thing comes in contact with an enemy, and Diluc has an E with maybe 150% each time. His autos, with the only one with 200%, is his 4th attack, where this one is just 200% every single time, and her Guoba does about 200% too. So even the multipliers are blatantly more. I should probably get out of here because I'm going to die. Wow. Okay. All right, calm down, buddy. Xiangling is better than Diluc. That's the entire point of the video that I was trying to prove. Anyways, that's it. Bye.